What do you mean by the value? By being the first pick in the second round, you mean?
Before, back in before 2010.
Yeah, when it was
full day for me,
cor-
but kind of
correct.
organizer draft board.
Yeah, we entertained conversations for 24 hours, and we evaluated the offers that we had. But at the end of the day, we felt really good about Joey Porter Jr. and felt the best thing for us was to take Joey at that pick.
You feel like that pick has increased in value over the years? Where it is?
I mean, I don't know if it's increased in value. It's just, they have that window, 24 hours to entertain conversations about it. And I think that goes for all those early picks in that round. I think the same thing happens maybe at the beginning of the fourth round too. There's always, every team always has some players that you're staring at on the board that you're like, man, he's still there. How can I go get him?
Omar, you've made some notable subtractions so far in the last couple
Mm-hmm.
of months toward the point of the movie of the year. What went into those subtractions, and do you foresee any more subtractions happening?
Yeah, I would say that with Presley and Mitch and Mason and Chooks, once we made the decision that they weren't going to be a part of the 2024 team, it just felt like the right thing to do was to give those guys the opportunity to hit the free agency market sooner than later. Every one of those guys is a stand-up guy. It was a great experience to have those guys around, and that we just felt like the right thing to do was to give them an opportunity to explore other options sooner than later.
Do you foresee any other options for these subtractions of the new league year?
Yeah. Our evaluation, of the team continues, and the free agency period really starts March 11th when you can have conversations, and we'll see what the opportunities are and see what comes of it.
There was a lot of injuries with the linebackers in the secondary last year. How confident do you feel about the depth of those spots going into 2020?
Well, the linebacker position, the inside linebacker position, we have Landon Roberts under contract, Mark Robinson, Cole Holcomb had an awful injury. I don't really have a timetable when he'll be back. Quan Alexander's a free agent, but he also had a major injury, so it's obviously a position that we have to address. I've said this since I got this job. I said depth and competition are really important to me. So regardless of position, and I think it's kind of speaks for itself.
Omar, with the NIL kind of changing college football, you have some quarterbacks, especially that are staying longer, that are going to different schemes. How much does that help their development when they're coming into the league? Are you guys seeing on tape like, wow, they are maybe a more polished product than they have been in previous years because they're incentivized to stay in college longer?
Yeah, I can't speak specifically to the NIL thing, but I'll say, every year that you're playing football and when you're young and you're growing mentally, your body, you're naturally, hopefully, going to get better. So the more you play, hopefully, the better you get.
The addition of the transfer portal to that, too, giving them opportunities to play, maybe one's a spread scheme and they go somewhere that runs a pro-style offense. How much does that help when they're coming in and have experience in these different schemes?
Well, I think it depends on how much they perfected the scheme they were at before. It's just it's different, right? It's new to all of us. It's been going on for the last couple of years, and I think time will tell what the effects have been on that. It's still pretty fresh.
Omar, what in your opinion made Arthur Smith the right fit for offensive coordinator?
Ultimately, coach makes those decisions, but when he came in for his interview, and I spent some time with him, and just his vision for the team. The offense was really encouraging from my standpoint. I'll let Coach, when you guys get him, speak to his opinion. But I enjoyed hearing his vision.
Tiana and Joey, 2 second-round picks, obviously
Yeah.
contributors on defense. If you were to add more to that position, like through this draft or through free agency, are you guys looking for more guys that sort of match their skill sets, or do you want guys that can have different skill sets to offer that can start across from you?
Yeah, good players come in different shapes and sizes, so we're in the business of acquiring as many good players as we can, regardless of position.
Well, you're obviously incredibly active on the pro day circuit. What do you think about the move of the Big 12 going to one just almost mini combine with their pro day and maybe trend it back going forward?
Yeah, that's new to all of us. And I mean, we'll see. Obviously open-minded, and it gives us an opportunity to see a lot of guys from different schools going up against each other. So I guess there's value in that. But it's new to all of us, and I think time will tell as to whether it was the right move or not the right move.
Omar, you started Broderick at left tackle
midseason. Do you guys kind of view him as a versatile tackle now, as a right tackle, or a guy that maybe you guys want to move back to the left?
Yeah, he's, I've said this before, versatility on the offensive line is important, and he proved that he could play right tackle, but he was drafted to be a left tackle, and eventually he will be a left tackle, and when that is, time will tell, but he was drafted to be a left tackle.
When the draft board wide open for you in the first round wise, I mean, every position. It seems like you guys have depth where we know the center, but there's not like a glaring. How do you kind of just improve it? And every position on the board?
We evaluate, and you can never have enough good players at a specific position. I was taught that a long time ago, and that's kind of the approach I take. You have to, this is a good draft. There's some good players out there, and I'm excited about the options that we might have at 20, or if there's an opportunity to move up or down. I think it's a good talented draft.
Omar, you said you wanted to bring Mason back. You got the advantage of a couple weeks here to
Mm-hmm.
offer him something imperative to get that done, maybe before the new league year, so he knows what direction he's going.
He knows we want him back. We've had conversations, but it's just sort of how the process goes. It's I can't tell when the deal will get done. Hopefully with us, but it's just a process, and I understand it. But we'd like to have him back, Mark.
Have they indicated a desire to see what's out there beyond?
I think every player kind of owes it to himself. I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, still a few weeks till the start of the league year. But I know we'd like to have him back, and I believe he wants to come back and compete, and he likes it here. And we've had a good experience with Mason.
Omar, when it comes to the center position, how do you kind of weigh the difference between looking at someone like youthful coming out of the rookie class of the draft versus potentially adding to a position with a veteran?
Yeah, I mean we're looking at everything. We have a need, but we have Nate Herbig, and we have some other players that have some flexibility. But we're going to look at everything, and I don't want to just say we're going to do the draft or just do free agency. We owe it to ourselves to look at it all.
Omar, does James Daniels' past as a center come into that equation when you talk about potential center options?
It could. He's had some position flexibility. He has position flexibility, but James really had a good season at guard, and we were encouraged by that. Felt like he got better every week.
Omar, with the cap going up, are there certain guys that you might have looked at originally and said, oh, they might cost a little bit too much? Now with the cap being a little bit higher, you can kind of circle back and go, okay, this guy might be an option.
You're talking about other free agents? Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'll say about the cap going up, it applies to all of us. So, whatever impact it might have on us, it also has it on the other 31 teams.
What are your thoughts on this year's funding class and Torrey Gaylord in particular?
So we spent some time with Torrey at at the Senior Bowl, and had a really good experience. It's a good special team group out there. As you know, we don't have a punter on the roster right now, so we're evaluating everything.
Omar, last year you were really progressive when it came to bringing within the draft and trades. You used a similar approach, and specifically 2 back-to-back picks in the 4th round.
Mm-hmm. Always going to look and evaluate at every option that's out there to try to make us better. Always.
How would you evaluate Allen Robinson's first year with the team, and what are your kind of expectations going into year 2?
Yeah, Allen, we had a great experience with him this year. He came in, we made the trade. It was fun. I mean, you guys saw the impact he had on the run game, and it's been a great experience with him so far.
Omar, when you talk about bringing in competition for Kenny and a veteran, what kind of traits are you guys prioritizing, and how much of a role will Arthur play in that decision?
I mean, Arthur's the offensive coordinator, obviously. So, but we're going to look at everything. We get, like I said, players come in different sizes and shapes and have different talents, and we're always going to try get as many good players as we can, regardless of the position.
Anyone else?
Is Arthur Smith interested in just
I didn't hear, what was the question?
Is Arthur Smith interested in just
I'm not going to talk about a specific player, but I'll just tell you we'll look at every option.
Deontay's in a contract here? Has there been any discussions with his representation about a possible extension?
As of right now, we're having I'm not going to speak to specific negotiation for an individual player, but I have a lot of respect for Deontay. And usually, as you guys know, the extensions usually happen later on in the year. Thanks, guys. Thank you.